PNP win 2 parish council election seats while the GLP take the 2 MP seats. Cowboy movie style shooting by gunmen in downtown Kingston. Gunmen shoot a bar in Manchester while several schoolboys rape a schoolgirl. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The People's National Party has won the divisional by-elections in Inantown in Clarendon and Morant Bay in St. Thomas, according to preliminary results released by the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Delroy Dawson of the PNP earned 1,646 votes in Inantown, defeating Susan Barton of the JLP, who received 1,592 votes. The tally of all 29 ballot boxes has now been completed. The percentage of people that cast ballot was 46.7%. And with the PNP and the GLP each having 11 council members, the Clarendon Municipal Corporation is now evenly divided as a result of the PNP victory. Meanwhile, in the Morant Bay Division, Winston Downey of the GLP received 1,978 votes, while Rosemary Shaw of the PNP received 2,096. 38% voters cast ballots and all 39 ballot boxes have been counted, meaning that the PNP took both parish council seats. On the seat for MP for the constituency by-election shows that Dwayne Smith of the GLP had received 1,863 votes in the St. Andrew Northwestern constituency compared to 111 for independent candidate Carl Marshall. 111 ballot boxes have all been tallied down and attendance of 6% was recorded. And after counting every ballot, Marisa Dalrymple Filbert of the GLP won with 4,146 votes. In Trelawney South, there was 1,434 votes cast for independent Lloyd Gillings. 23% of voters cast ballots in that constituency, and the PNP did not contest any of those 2 MP seats. And even though only a small amount of people went to the polls, I was able to watch JLP and PNP supporters fighting, and with the police having to fire warning shots to break up a fight in St. Thomas. Meanwhile, a horrific video that appeared to show a schoolgirl being violently sexually assaulted was circulated last week, prompting the Jamaica Constabulary Force to arrest a number of schoolboys. One female and several boys were shown engaging in inappropriate behavior in the film, which was made public sometime last week. The JCF stated on Sunday that the police are asking the public not to share the video, since doing so could have caused the victim more trauma and thus hinder the case's effective conclusion. Additionally, law enforcement is reminding the public that sharing such content could be against the Child Pornography Prevention Act, and those convicted could spend up to 20 years behind bars. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports Olivia Grange described the content of the video as heinous and expressed her outrage, while Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information Dana Morris Dixon condemned the incident and pledged her ministry's full support to the victim and her family. A 54-year-old female vendor from Rocky Point in Clarendon has been charged with unauthorized possession of ammunition following an incident at the Norman Manley International Airport. Reports from the Elliston Road Police indicate that about 6:15 p.m. on Thursday, November 21st, Concette Maxine was at the Kingston Base Airport when she was searched. During routine checks, Maxine's baggage was reportedly searched, and a 9mm Glock magazine containing 9 rounds of 9mm ammunition was allegedly discovered in her luggage. She was subsequently arrested and charged, and her court date has not yet been finalized. And I'll get some more information on this fine and let you know tomorrow, as this is very unusual for a woman to be boarding a plane from Jamaica and have ammunition on her. Meanwhile, Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond Mackenzie said that almost all market fires in the past year were caused by illegal electricity connections, and he was speaking at the opening ceremony of the Local Government Expo held at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston on Wednesday. Mr. Mackenzie said there have been more than 7 major fires in markets across the country, and 99% of those fires were due to electrical short circuits. That means people stealing electricity. Speaking about fire, a fire of unknown origin razed several houses in Majestic Garden early Saturday morning, reportedly leaving up to 30 residents, including women and children, homeless. The fire started about 1 a.m. in the early morning. One resident, Michelle Lyon, said she couldn't save anything. Her house burned to the ground. She said, "We want to see what the MPs are going to do for us now. Every time these things happen, all they do is write down names, take information, and we don't see them again until voting time comes, and that can't work. Lions added it's time for them to give us a helping hand. A man was killed and another injured following a gun attack at a makeshift bar in Hillside in Knockpatrick, Manchester on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Ricardo Williams, otherwise called Ricky, a resident of Hillside. The incident occurred just over 2 months after Williams' two brothers Sanjay and Andre Williams were charged with the murder of 46-year-old Kevin Brown, also known as Trees, on Green Street in Knockpatrick. According to preliminary reports, about 9 p.m., Williams and another man were at the bar when gunmen opened fire on them. Both were taken to hospital where Williams was pronounced dead and the other man was admitted for treatment. And since the start of the year, 46 people have been killed in Manchester. Pedestrians and vendors on West Queen Street and Princess Street in downtown Kingston had to run for cover when men on motorcycles fired wildly while traveling through the area on Sunday. Vendors in the area likened the incident to a cowboy movie, with at least one pillion rider reportedly firing two guns simultaneously. And we're talking about shootouts. Gun out West Kingston. On to sports, they are new leader in the Jamaica Premier League after Waterhouse FC eke out a 0-0 draw with Portmore United at Ferdanita Park. Waterhouse displaced Montego Bay United at the top, moving to 21 points, while Portmore now sit in third place on 20 points. Montego Bay United, meanwhile, got a whipping from Mount Pleasant, losing 3-0. Elsewhere, Humble Lions and Dunbeholden played to a 0-0 draw at the Evertsville Community Center. Dunbeholden are now in 7th on 13 points, while Humble Lions sit right above the relegation zone on 9 points. And in the late kickoff at the Stadium East Field, Tivoli Gardens hammered Harborview 6-0, with Kevin Wilson led the way for Tivoli with a double. And in schoolboys football in Champions Cup, Glenmore High made a successful start to the defense of their Champions Cup title, edging former champions Kingston College 2-1 in their quarterfinal game played in heavy rain at the Montego Bay Sports Complex on Saturday. A stoppage time goal from substitute Nyron Allen was the difference in the pulsating game, arguably the best of the four first-round matches played over 2 days, matching two well-prepared teams who executed well. Glenmore High will now face Ocho Rios in one semi-final, while Hydel, who came from a goal down to beat Garvey Maceo High 3-2 in the first game on Saturday, will now face Jamaica College in the other semi-final. Meanwhile, Keena Reed scored a double for Ocho Rios High, who beat St. Catherine 2-0 and are on a historic run, qualifying for their second semi-final in their history. And despite playing a man down from the 14th minute when goalkeeper Tawain Lynch was sent off, Jamaica College booked their spot in the semis thanks to a second-half brace from DeLeon John. And if you missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, hit the notification bell, and that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.